Hey everyone, welcome to the best US Mint News channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 30th of July, 2025. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the Army Privy Mark American Silver Eagle because mine is finally shipped. Did yours ship? Did it change from back order to processing? Has your bank been charged? Also, we're going to be talking about how the United States Mint has added photographs for the packaging for the Marine Corps and the Navy Privy Mark American Silver Eagles. Also, big day tomorrow. And then we're going to be talking about U.S. Mint sales. Why? Well, because they're vital to numismatists, flippers, and investors to determining demand and mintages. That's right. That's super importante. Now let's go over here to moneymetals.com to check out where the live spot prices are. Okay, looks like gold's up 370 to 33.42.75. Silver down 22 cents to 38.17. Platinum up 250 to 1408.90. Palladium up 10.75 to 1291.65. And Dr. Copper down a nickel to 5.61 per pound. Down here, you're looking at in stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $6.49. And for the quantity of 1 through 39, they have you paying $44.66 pickup sticks. Now, the sell to them, that's the buyback price, is $39.56. And that's definitely above the silver spot price at $38.17. Now, let's keep on keeping on. We're going to go back to the United States Mint website once again, as always. And tomorrow, big day tomorrow, big day tomorrow. And I got to say, out of all the 3 gold coins that we've had here recently, the 24 karat gold proof coin featuring Superman, and that is a half-ounce coin. This is also a half-ounce coin, and I would expect it to be less expensive than the Superman, just because the trademark and the licensing fees. And this one, it has a mintage of 7,500. The gold Superman had a mintage of 10,000. And yes, there are some confusing details about this particular coin. This for the Sacagawea gold dollar. It doesn't say the fineness. It doesn't say that it's gold, but it does say 2025 and has a West Point mint mark. The other ones don't, right? They have it on the edge. So check this out. Also, the American Liberty high relief gold coin, will it have a mintage of 10,000 or 12,500? And I would expect this gold coin, out of all the gold coins this year, to have the lowest mintage. And this one features a really awesome individual in the United States history. So that's a big deal right there for me. Now let's keep on keeping on. Got a lot to talk about. There it is. That's the Army Privy Mark American Silver Eagle. And there's the Privy Mark right there. Bingo. And we already know what the packaging looks like. It's got that green, OD green, or whatever it's called. And then we're going to get the packaging for the, what is this? The Marine Corps. Yeah, look at that. It's red. All right, red. And then the final one is the Navy Privy Mark here, and that is going to be like a teal or an aquamarine. Not sure if my wife was here, she'd be able to tell me what color that is. I'm not really good at saying what colors are. I mean, it's blue, you know what I mean? It's shaded blue or green. I don't even know. But I'll tell you this, if I had my choice, if I could only pick one American Silver Eagle this year, between the Army Privy Mark, the Marine Privy Mark, and the Navy Privy Mark, and then finally the last Privy Mark American Silver Eagle to come out this year, well, it would be the laser engraved one. And this is probably going to have more demand because I would imagine some folks out there don't really collect military memorabilia. And does that even fall under military memorabilia? I don't know. But some people just aren't into it. And I think that they would be into this one. Whoops, my bad, wrong page. They would be into this one because this one celebrates a new technology that the United States Mint's going to be using going forward. Laser engraved dies. And there it is. I think the packaging is pretty cool. I like the laser there, laser engraved. It just looks really cool, and I can't wait to see it. And it is a smaller Privy Mark, it looks like, than some of the other ones here. If we just go ahead and compare and contrast, I'll stick here with the Navy. You can see, whoops, hi. There it is, there. All right, so look at that. So there's the Y, there's the G, there's the folds on the flag, and check it out. Bingo, a lot smaller, right? So it looks like it's going to be way smaller, maybe even more detailed as well, since it's laser engraved. Look at that. It's amazing, and I can't wait to see that coin. And too bad it has a household order limit of 1. I am going to be trying obtaining probably 3 of these bad boys here. Sell 2 and pay for the one that I got and make a little extra on the side, is what I'm saying. I would do that. I would definitely do that. I mean, at least attempt to, right? Now over here to coinnews.net, and this is an article by Mike Unser, dated July 29, 2025, and I got to say, the Mint is rocking with their sales. You won't even believe some of these sales. I mean, these sales are like 2019 all over again. All right, title of this article is U.S. Mint sales, Superman coin and medal. See first results. And let me know what you think in the comments below about the sales for that 1 ounce Superman medal. I myself, I'm like, wow. And how many days did that take? I mean, you may be like, whatever, but I'm kind of shook by it. All right, here we go. This is my concert dated July 29 from coinnews.net. It says here the U.S. Mint's Superman-themed gold coin and silver medals debuted last week with early figures showing how they fared out of the gate. Pre-sales began on July 24th with the 1/2 ounce gold coin listed at $27.10, the 2.5 ounce silver medal at $275, and the 1 ounce silver medal at $135. And I believe you can still pick them up. Yep, it's still the shiny candy like red button for all three product options. And I'm going to be picking up the 3-coin Clad set when it comes out in early 2026. I may be looking at that Batman coin as well, but we'll see how that goes. The least expensive metal led weekly sales with I almost said 300,000, 30,228 units, followed by the 2.5 ounce version at 11,764. So the 1 ounce version, yeah, that has an unlimited mintage. The 2.5 ounce, I believe, was 25,000. So they didn't even hit half. But then again, and what day did they start? They come on sale the 24th, and these sales are from, I think it goes all the way up until, I think that Sunday, which was the 27th. So yeah, 3-4 days, 5 days worth of sales, and they already got to those numbers. I think that's pretty solid. Pretty solid. The smaller metal has no mintage limit, while the larger one is capped at 25,000. I think I just said that. The Superman gold coin limited to 10,000, ranked as the Mint fourth bestseller with sales of 6,146. In third place was the recently released 2025 Mint set launched July 17 for $33.25. The 20 coin set added 6,465 units in its first full week, lifting its sales total to 140,450. And I got to tell you, folks, this has a stated product limit of 190,000. That means less than 50,000 of those bad boys are available at this point. And if we go at 6,000 per week and you multiply that by 4, in which it probably won't, okay, let's just be realistic, but let's 6,000 times 4. Yeah, that's going to be blown out of that 50,000 in no time. In no time, probably by the holidays, it's gonzo. Now, here are the Mint's weekly top sellers right here for the 1 through 10. Number 1, Superman at 30,228. That's a 1 ounce version. The 2.5 ounce version sold 11,764. The Mint set, look at that. That's just incredible. You got to love that. Sold 6,465 to 140,450. The gold Superman proof coin sold 6,146. Now, check this out. This is also incredible. The 2025 proof set sold 3,543 for a total sales of 290,000. What's interesting, you never see bulk sales on there. I always wondered if they had a bulk sales option. Now the number 6 spot, check this out. Number 6 spot says, and this is the Army proof anniversary, sold 2,032, and the total sales now is 95,328, which means there's probably 4,600 and change left for sale if they have struck 100,000 of those bad boys. And remember this, we're at the 6th spot and they sold 2,000 for the 6th spot. That's incredible, folks. So sales are really humming over at the United States Mint. Number 7 spot is that Proof Silver Eagle. That's the flagship Silver Eagle from the United States Mint. Just sold under 1,000 at 960 for 218,303. And I don't know the stated product limit of that. I don't think it's any. The number 8 spot is the only one that come and represents last year. That's a 2024 Mint set, sold 624 for a grand total of 186,886. And that stated product limit is 190,000, folks. So that's really close to being sold out. And I said, if you're looking at, 2,500 sales per week, this thing is gonzo in less than 2 to 3 months. Like, bye-bye, you're not getting that one. And this is the one that has the highly coveted 2024 P&D Jefferson nickel. That's right. Now, number 9 spot, you're looking at the uncirculated peace silver dollar, sold 578, which is incredible because where's the Morgan, right? Not on here. And then the 2025 West Point uncirculated Silver Eagle sold 520, which is a good number, to 77,583. And that has a stated product limit of 90,000. And I think we can add 12,000 to this particular number here. And because that's the bulk sales. And you're really close to that stated product limit. Now, in its latest report, Mint published sales data for 575 numismatic products. 3 products saw week-over-week gains of more than 1,000 units compared to 5 previously. So yes, in the last month or so, the Mint sales have been really moving. And what's interesting is, if you look at July, we had what, 9, 10 products drop for July, and here we are at the end of July. So it's been a really rigorous month for our wallet. Things are running real light over there, and this is a bit of a respite because I think the next mint product after tomorrow's drop, we're looking at the August 7 drop for the silver proof set. And did you get a notification yesterday or the day before about how your American Woman quarters featuring Stacey Park Milburn are coming out soon? Yeah, I know I did. So that's going to be pretty cool. And after that, we have one more quarter for the rest of the year. That's amazing. Not like in time of like 3 months, but like that's at 25 cents, right? Okay, there we go. It says here this marks a decline from 103 in the prior report and 105 the week before that, following below that range recorded over 5 weeks preceding these reports: 89, 120, 98, 93, and 97. Okay, that's awesome to have a little perspective there, right? In addition, 2 products recorded a weekly sales declines, both very modest compared to one in the last report. Doesn't say which one they are. Now look at this. Look at this. This is amazing. And I don't have a highlighter anymore. It was messing with the computer, so I'm like, nope, not gonna do it. 2025 commemorative coins. This is for the 250th anniversary of the Marine Corps. And what's interesting, they didn't do commemorative for the Army, did they? Or the Navy? They were like, yeah, let's just do the Marine Corps here this year, because we know they have the Army Privy Mark, the Navy Privy Mark, and the Marine Privy Mark. But I guess this is the one they wanted to showcase out of all 3 of those. And could they have made one coin program for 2025 commemoratives featuring all 3 of those military branches? Absolutely, but this is the one they chose. And I don't think we've even considered that yet. Now, 1% increase, 1%, 1.33, 1.12, 1.68. Now, the gold and the 3 coin set here are definitely below the 1%, but look at that. Very close, that 3 coin proof set at 0.9%. And this one, the 4, which is really weird. Maybe they're running out. I don't know. That's the uncirculated Marine Corps 250th anniversary $5 gold coin at only 0.37%. But this is incredible to have 1% increase over this amount of time. I mean, these were some of the first coins to drop this year. And I'm not sure why they have the 2024 commemoratives up there still, but that's okay. If we're looking at the 2025 uncirculated Morgan silver dollar, sold 103,000, the peace dollar at 99,000. And if you do the math, 40 times 320, you're looking at 12,000 and change. And then same thing for this one, 12,000, almost 13,000 there. Yeah, it's incredible. And these are the ones who are buying them right here. Look at that, 14.29% for the bulk, 14.39 for the bulk there on that one. What? Yeah. Not even the general public has demand like that, like these dealers have. And I got to say, everybody that has told me about their uncirculated Morgan and Peace dollars said they are beautiful. Came in just absolute stunning condition. So kudos for the mints for making those beautiful struck coins. It's just awesome that they have good quality on those. Let's keep on keeping on. Comic Art Coin and Metals, that's going to be the new one here. And it'll be interesting to see where the grading companies categorize these. Are they commemoratives? Yeah, probably. All right, Superman, silver medal 2.5 ounce, 1 ounce. What do you think, folks? Is that a big number for 4 or 5 days? I think it is. 30,228 and the 1 ounce coins. Yes, that's pretty remarkable. Armed Forces, look at this. We're back down to normal numbers here. Look at this. The Navy has outsold the Army at 65 to 48, so that's incredible. American Liberty products, can't wait for those at the end of August. That's going to be amazing. Clad proof sets, that's remarkable as well. Sold 3,543 at 290,034. And remember, the stated product limit is 420,002. That's remarkable. And did you get the 2024 proof set? Lowest minted proof set for quite some time, probably almost 75 years or so. That's remarkable. That is a long, long time, folks. That is incredible. Down and to the right as far as mintages. You know, these clad proof sets, these uncirculated sets, they're not like your grandfather's or your father's mint sets anymore. The United States Mint just does not make them in the quantities they used to. And I think the high watermark was 1976. With like 4 million uncirculated sets made that year. That's incredible. They were really ramping up production. Well, nowadays, not so much. Look at the silver proof set, only sold 170,443 last year. And what are the mints going to be selling this year? Well, let's go to the silver proof set here and see if there's a stated product limit. Yeah, none, right? And I bet there is. I bet there is. And it's probably going to be around what is 170. And what if it is at 150,000? would that make it would that make you go, well, I was considering it, but that changed my mind. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, right? I think that's what's gonna happen, especially if they stay the stated product limit. Mm. And not only that, though, I had to get some water. Not only that, it's kind of expensive, right? I mean, if we're looking at the price on that silver proof set, it's $150. So that could be holding people back as well. But then again, these high prices and low mintages, it prices a lot of people out of the market. But I think that ultimately the demand is going to be there. And how long is it going to take for that set to get recognized as low mintage? Well, have you tried to buy the 2024 silver proof set? Yeah? No? Well, you should check it out on eBay. It's kind of remarkable. All right, uncirculated mint sets just started. Look at this. These are remarkable sales, folks. Incredible numbers that we're seeing right now. Sold 6,465, almost a 5% increase on their old sales. That is incredible, folks. I mean, I'm just like, what? Yeah. And then 190 on the 2024. Let's keep on keeping on. Oh, and remember the ornaments. The Mighty Minters ornaments, the U.S. Mint ornaments, and the American Women Quarter ornaments, they're gonzo after 2025 because the United States Mint is making room for other products. And I can't wait to see what those are going to be. Now, proof and reverse proof silver eagles. We talked about the Army Privy mark, sales of 2,032 for a 2.1% increase. And that, I think, leaves us 4,600 and change, if I'm not mistaken, right? 4,600. Because there's a 28 in there, kind of throws things off a little. That's a lot. And what we don't see is the bulk 40 coins for this particular option. And we thought there would be, but it just really hasn't transpired. The very first week before the American Silver Eagle with the Army Privy Mark went on sale, I think had sales of 10,117, if my memory serves me correct. And I think that was the bulk sales, and they totaled that in with, lumped it in with just the general sales right here. Let's keep on keeping on. Uncircular Eagles. Yeah, look at this. 77,583 out of 90, now easy for me to say, 90,000 stated product limit with another 12,000 here. Yeah, you're looking at probably what, 89,000 out of 90. I mean, it's just probably hundreds left, maybe 200 to 300 left, if that. And if the bulk purchase happens again, then that's definitely going to be gonzo. Bye-bye. All right, Proof Eagles. These are the gold ones from 2025. Look at that. That 4-coin set had a bump of almost 10%. Who's buying this stuff? 1.47% for that quarter ounce, and everything else was under 1%. And once that 10th ounce was almost at 1%. But boy, I tell you what, the story here is that 4-coin set bumping up by 8.43%. That's incredible. That's wild to see something like that. All right, here we go. Let's keep on keeping on. Here's the uncirculated American Eagle gold coins, a 1.5% increase right there for that 2025. Proof Bison gold coins. Look at that 1.19% increase there. 66 pickup sticks have been sold, and that's a 2025 Proof Guffalo Bold. Almost see, I do that sometimes. I have Lixdexia right there. Right, gold Proof Buffalo. There it is. Sold 66 of those bad boys. And yeah, try that at home, right? Always edited, never edited, always unscripted, right? Let's keep on keeping on. American Palladium Eagle from 2024. It'll be interesting to see what the sales for 2025 are. Here we go. Look at the presidential silver medals. This one just dropped. Theodore Roosevelt presidential silver medal. Latest sales. Yeah, is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? I don't know. But what's interesting is typically we see the presidential silver medals have this huge number and then they back it off by 1,000 or so. Maybe it already happened, but I doubt it. Now, American Innovation reverse proof sets sold 130. All right, that's really just a blip. But what we should pay attention to, all right, is the proof sets. Why? Because this is the last year of the American Innovation proof set. And I don't know that they have those. Where would it be here? I think it would be way at the top, actually. And I don't think it would be Clad proof sets, right? So hang on. I'm sorry for the dizzying. Here we go. Ornaments, kids' coins, uncirculated. There we go. I think this is where we're going to find it right here. 2024 American Innovation coins. Yeah, not really much going on there. And I would imagine that the 2025 American Innovation dollar proof set, since it's the last one, right, because the Mint's making room for new products, that one might actually sell out before the 2024, 2023, or 2022, or 2021. That's right. Typically, we see 100,000 of those bad boys, but not anymore. The Mint's going, yeah, we can't produce as many of those as we used to. Not enough people are buying them. The demand is not there. And I think people are going to be pretty bummed out about that once they realize that these coins are well worth it. Low mintages, right? That's what it's all about. Even if it is a NIFC, not intended for circulation. And I hope that's it. I hope the United States Mint doesn't make any more adjustments to this program, because we already know in 2021, in 2020 rather, well, is it, yeah, it was 2021, they stopped making them in individual coin packages for the reverse proof, and they stuck it all in one lens. That was a total bummer in the summer. And a lot of people like information, and the innovation coins were loaded with information. So if you have any of those old packages, I imagine those might be worth more someday compared to the lenses, right? As a whole, I think it's, for whatever reason, if you go to the secondary market, buying a set or a lot is a lot less expensive, even though it might be more dollars than an individual. I think if you add them up, the individuals actually sell for more money than the lot would. So that's something to consider. Now, here you go. Look at these people. They scored. And a lot of people, they don't know that the Florida coin already dropped back in May? It's gone. I mean, that's it. Well, it wasn't May. I don't even remember anymore. Let's see if we can go there. Innovation coin for Florida. You're looking at, yeah, May 15th is when that sold. And look, I'm telling you, these people here that scored, the 4 people here, or one person that got 4, yeah, that's pretty solid, because it's gonzo. And I gotta say, yesterday, and I didn't get an okay, so I didn't use it, but had a gentleman send me an email yesterday about the Texas innovation drop, and he said that it was really busy there. It was standing room only. They had way more people there than they expected. I think that's awesome. And it says a lot about the design for Texas, and it is the Spacewalker coin. And I think it's going to probably sell out before the American Silver Eagle with the Army Privy market. It's just one of those things. And if I could show you sales on those right now, in fact, I don't know if I can do that. Yeah, let's just give it a try. And it's 25. There it is, too. Look at, speak of the devil right there. Bam. Really beautiful coin. I love that thing. Now, here we're going to go to the production sales and figures. We're going to go to numismatic products cumulative sales. And I'm just going to type in 25G, like Gamma. All right. And we're going to look at Texas here. Look at that, 1270 on the 100 coin bag. That's a few. And then here we're going to look at Texas, the 100 coin bag from Denver. Yeah, that's a few. And then look at this, look at these are the rolls, folks, that have already sold. So yeah, I think this is going to sell out way quick. Look at this. Texas already had sold for the Philadelphia roll 6,683. Yeah, that's a few. And then down here for the Denver, yeah, 6,204. That's called demand. Demand is there, folks. If that doesn't give a chicken skin, I don't know. You might want to check your pulse. So there it is. The Texas Innovation coin is probably going to sell out. Look at, so we were at 6,000 and 6,000, and the other one I think was at, what did I say? It was 1,500, 1,900. Texas right here, yeah, 1,200, and we're looking at Texas right here. I think I blew it. Yeah, 1,270 and 1,288 out of 3,000 and change. But the one that really makes a knock in a dent in the mintages are 6,683. Yeah, so there's just less than 3,000 rolls of each. That's remarkable, folks. That says a lot about that design from Texas. It really is remarkable. And like I said, that's probably going to be sold out sooner than later, probably in a couple months, I would imagine. Let's keep on keeping on. I've yammered a lot in this video, actually. Can't believe it. A lot to say, a lot going on. And like I said, the United States Mint put out 9, 10, 11 products for July? Yeah. And we're only just getting a respite after tomorrow. And that's when we have the space between the Sacagawea Golden Dollar and the Silver Proof set. Lots of stuff going on. But that's Pennsylvania, Delaware. And here we go with the coins. All right, here we go. Native American dollars. Not any one of these, not one of them, all right, has got the 1% or more, but it's still, it's got some sales. Kennedy half dollars, look at that. What? This is a story to tell right here. And remember, this has, I think, 11,000 as the 11,200 change, maybe, as far as the stated product limit for the 200 coin bag. Look at that. It's over 4.5% increase on those sales. That's remarkable. That's quite some demand. And look at this. Where did these come from? Because we know that they became unavailable. And even if we go to the Mint's product page, look at it's on Remind Me. Yeah, but somebody got away with 13 of those. That's awesome. Really is remarkable. Look at Dr. Vera Rubin quarters. And have you seen some of the photographs from the Dr. Vera Rubin Observatory? Man, I got to tell you, those are stunning images. Yeah, look to the heavens. That's right. All right, Julia Gordon-Low, still outselling all of them this year. I don't know what it is, but it's remarkable. Not sure why, but it's one of those things. This is the one. And look, if you know why this quarter's outselling all the other ones, and I thought this was like, CHAG 2.0, not so much. People seem to love this one, not sure why. And that is the story about the American Women quarters for 2025. And I can't wait to see what the sales are for the following 2 quarters. That's going to be remarkable. And I think that's it on the quarter story and the sales story from the United States Mint. Let's go to the plus ones. I've yammered for way, way long on this one, and that's kind of cool, actually, sometimes. All right, this is Psalm 115, number 16. And it says here, as for the heavens are the Lord's, but the earth he has given to mankind. And I think what that means, if I'm going to wrap my head around it, is that man need not perfect heaven because it's already dedicated to the holiness of the Lord. But the earth is man's province. That's right. And someday, heaven will come to earth. Isn't that amazing? Can't wait. I just got chicken skin thinking about that. And we have been called to perfect it. Without question, mankind was created to elevate the earth to a heavenly state. Bam! Boom shakalaka. That's what I'm talking about. That I'm telling you, chicken skin all the way around. You better check your pulse if you didn't. Now over here to 39's fine, 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. This is Lita Ford and Ozzy Osbourne. And remember, she was in a band called the Runaways. And they had a song called Cherry Bomb. And I think Joan Jett was in that band with them. And they started in Los Angeles, California. She's a girl born in London, England. Just like, well, I think Ozzy wasn't born in London. But they were both from United Kingdom, but she moved to Long Beach, California, I think, when she was just young. So this is one of the most amazing songs and probably their biggest single ever. Lita Ford, Ozzy Osbourne, Close My Eyes Forever on 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. This is an awesome song. Now, got to give you a heads up. Yesterday, boy, oh boy, hottest day of the year here in Florida. And my battery in my car died. And yeah, I had to replace the battery yesterday in the heat. Whoa, boy. Yeah, 115, I think the heat index was. And wow. And so it zombified my battery. Couldn't start my car. Did the clickety click, 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 and it wouldn't start. So I wasn't able to go to the post office and drop anything off, but I'm going to be getting those out here shortly. Wow, it's been quite a week, folks, and hope you're having an awesome week as well. It's just one of those things in life. You don't let it get you down. You just keep on keeping on. In life, we don't really, we're not the ones who put us in well, we kind of are, but I think the Lord above puts us in the circumstances we get into, and it's our choice to navigate those circumstances, whether we're going to choose good things or bad things. It's up to us. We're the ones with the rudder in control of where the direction we go. We may not have anything to do with the rocky seas that we are on, but we definitely can choose the direction we go. Now, with that said, I want to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you're going to see, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. And you know what? I think one of the best things about this channel is you can't take yourself too seriously. If you do, you might want to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Stacker out.